Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting video. We're going to be doing a 2 looks 1 palette using the gorgeous Oden'S Christmas Eve palette. Look at that packaging. I cannot get over it. It's like I want this to be my Christmas card. I want this as a Christmas card. It's so pretty. It's like winter grunge, winter Christmas, winter in the woods, just winter. I just look at this and think of winter. Beautiful shimmers, half and half matte and shimmers, dark shades matte, light shade shimmer, usual way I like my palettes, and just a gorgeous mix of like random colours that really go well together and you can get really cohesive looks as I do. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of play with it, and you can also get kind of weird looks out of it as well. I'm so excited to get more into this, give you guys a bit more inspo, give me a bit more inspo as well with it. And yeah, I'm so happy to have this palette. I know I said this in my first impressions, but I'm so happy. Just before we get into the look, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all my up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks. And my TikTok is down there as well for a little bit of extra content. And I have another Oden'S palette coming up, so hit subscribe down below to see that. I'm just very excited. But if you want to see my first impressions or anything like that of this palette, it will be up here and down there, so you can see it in both areas down there, so you can check out all the swatches and my first look, which I loved. Oh my god, I love my first impressions look. Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, let's get into look number 1. Okay, I'm so excited about this. We're going to get into look number 1 using the gorgeous Christmas Eve palette from Oden'S. So I'm feeling these mustardy browns, this gold, this yellowy sort of shade to blend out this, and then the gold, very warm, like a little bit grunge obviously as well, and maybe like a dark brown lip to give the warm and cozy vibes. That's what I'm kind of feeling today, just nice. And I have like a glitter or something like that that I might add if it matches. If it doesn't, I won't add it, I'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. Before we start, my skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which is all listed down below, so you can go check that out. And I've got my cream bronzer and cream blush on, which I put on before I powdered my face. So we have that all on, which I'll go through towards the end. So we're going to start this look. We're going to go with Softly, which is this mustardy brown shade, and I can't wait to use this. I knew as soon as I got this palette that like what look I wanted to do with these specific colours, and it was this with like a dark brown lip. I just thought it'd be so nice and kind of autumnal. I know it's winter, but you know what I mean, that kind of vibe. So we're going to take some of this and pop this into the crease, just a standard eye. I don't want to go too fussy with this look, just wants to be more like, so the colours and the vibe of the look, and we're just building that up. This is a 221S from MAC, and I'm going to start bringing that through the crease. It's just really nice mustardy sort of vibe, just building that up until I'm happy with how intense it is. And it does build up really nice, exactly how it looks in the pan as well, which I was kind of worried about that it wasn't going to be dark enough, but it is beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to take this shade here, which I think it's Limob Tart. I thought it was Lemon Tart, but it's not. And it's actually a satin sort of shade, so we will add a little bit of a sheen through the crease, which I don't really mind for this look. I'm not too fussed on that. I normally just like mattes in my crease, but I don't mind for this one. So I'm taking this on a Lavender Luxe number 5 brush from BH Cosmetics, just a big fluffy brush, and we're going to start blending out this mustard shade, and this will add more of that yellowiness to this brown as well. But I still want like the deepest part of my crease to be matte, so I'm only blending around the edges, but kind of almost acts like a brow bone highlight as well. Oh, that's very nice. So because it kind of acts like a brow bone highlight, I'm kind of bringing it all the way up. Why not? And just to make sure I've got the intensity there, I'm going back in with Softly, that darker brown, and just re-intensify that in the crease and keep that blend going. Okay, so I'm going back in with a little bit more Softly, the darker mustard brown, and this is a Lavender Luxe number 10. Just a little pencil brush, and we're going to run that along the lower lash line and connect to the outer corner, and I'm smoking this the whole way across the eye. Then I'm taking the yellow again, the Limob Tart, and we're going to take that on a MAC 512 SES brush, just like a fluffy flat brush, and we're going to take that and just smoke out the lower lash line exactly like we have the top, and connect that blend as well, so we have that kind of like satiny haze around the edge as well. It's different for me using this kind of texture in the crease, but I'm kind of loving it. Not gonna lie, look at that highlight, I love it. Okay, so now I'm taking a flat brush and a little bit of glitter primer, just a small amount. We're gonna pop some of that on the lid. I'm taking that on a 239 from MAC, just a flat brush. I'm just packing a little bit of that over the lid. Okay, so now we're gonna take this gorgeous antique gold, like this darker gold, and it's Fealting Time, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm not too sure. And I'm taking that on the same brush that I just used to apply the glitter primer with. So it's a little bit tacky and it picks up really nicely. And oh my goodness, that looks beautiful. And that's just going to go all over where we applied the glitter primer, just to give us a nice golden lid. Super foiled. Look at that. Classic gold. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. So nice. Very warm gold. It's just going to be a very golden tone look. And then with a nice dark lip, I think it's going to be beautiful. Then just picking up a little bit more of Softly, the darker brown, and we're just going to tapple that over where it meets the gold shimmer. And this is another quite simple look. All I have to do is my inner corner highlight now, which is lovely. Okay, so now we're going to take Snow Light, which is obviously the champagne gold, and I think this is going to be so bright and twinkly. And this is just a little Charles Fox lip brush that I have here, and we're going to take that, pop that on the inner corner for the same kind of tone, but just brighter, so we have a nice shine in here. Okay, so honestly, I don't think the glitters that I have picked are going to actually match this. Kind of hard colour to match with glitters that I have. I'll show you what I was going to use. So I had this one from, where is this from? Kaima Cosmetics. It's one of the Chameleon Flakes, and it's in the shade Limelight. So like green and orange, but I just think it's not, I don't think it's going to go. And then I have this guy here from Glitter Lambs, which are new to my collection. It's actually a Halloween one. I got a lot of Halloween ones. This is the Witching Hour, and it's like this, but again, 2 orange and black. There is gold in it, you can see there, but I don't know. So I might just rhinestone it up. Rhinestones, that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. So I'm going to jump off. I'm going to finish off my face. I'm going to finish off my eyes, do something a little bit special with the eyes, and some highlight and a dark lip, and I'll let you know what I use when I come back. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I love how this turned out. I mean, I feel like I love every look I do, almost every one of them, but I don't know, there's something about this. I'm like, it's grunge, it's glam, it's Christmas. I love it so much. So let me go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, I went in with my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Gold Plated, which is kind of like that antique gold, and I just popped that on my waterline for a little extra pop of gold. I added these guys, there's no like name on them. I got them from TTDI or To Die. That's the way I always say To Die, but I've heard someone else say it a different way. They're the people who send me contact lenses. So they sent these. They're like little leaves, flowers. They're like these little like gold green kind of iridescent flowers. They kind of look a little bit like snowflakes. That's why I wanted to use them, and they also have the colours in the eyes on them as well. And then just to finesse around them, I went in with my MAC Super Slick liquid liner in the shade Pure Show. So just did a couple of little sparkly gold dots, just like a liquid liner, but like really metallic and sparkly. And I did a couple of little dots just around them, just to kind of connect them together a little bit more. Then I used my MAC Max Stack waterproof mascara on my top and my bottom lashes, and I debated on whether to put lashes on because I'm back into using my Eye Glow lash serum, and my lashes look amazing, I'm not gonna lie. But I did put a pair of lashes on because I know it'll just photograph better for me if I do wear a pair of lashes. I don't know why it photographs better, but it just does. So I'll grab the lashes. So these are the Colourpop It's Faux 8-piece faux mink false lash kit. This bad boy here, I use these ones when you're looking at it, the ones on the right hand side in the second row. They're either, because I don't know which way, if like you're looking at it, if it's this way or if it's like reflective on the back. They're either Bella or Lovebird. I think they're Lovebird. I'm not sure, but when you're looking at it, second row, right hand side, those are the ones I have on me. Onto cheeks, then, to give that nice warm vibe to the skin, I use my Kash Beauty bronzer stick in this shade Shady Beach. It's very hard to say, I don't know why. I wanted kind of a neutral blush to kind of go with this grungy vibe, so I went in with my Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks in the shade Powder Pink, which is very neutral. But I use that to kind of blush up my cheeks a bit. It does give a pinky hue off the cheeks, but in a very neutral kind of way. And then for highlight, I use this. I haven't used this yet because I was always afraid to use it, but I think it actually really works for me now. So this is the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop. It's like their little palette of them, and this is the highlighter in it. This is Gold Celebration Pop. So let me just cover up the mirror because I don't want to blind you guys. But it's this guy here, the kind of golden one, and I use it because it kind of has the same sort of tone as the gold on my eyes, and I use that to highlight my cheeks, and I actually really love it. And then to finish off for lips, I knew this was the lip I was going to use. This is the Coloured Rain liquid lipstick in the shade Chocolate Wasted, just a nice dark brown. There is the one from the Nima Tang collection that they did, which is even darker brown than this, but I wanted this one because there's a little bit of warmth in it. Although it's super, super dark, little bit of warmth. So that is it. That is our first of our 2 looks 1 palette using the Oden'S Christmas Eve palette. I cannot wait to get more into this palette. I'm definitely going to use the multichrome, this one down here. What is it called? Gorgeous, obviously. To do my 2 looks 1 palette. Maybe a little bit of the greens, a little bit more of the blues, the silver as well I really want to use. And just see what we can kind of make out of it. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Maybe a cut crease. Who knows? You'll see before I do right now as I'm filming this. I don't know yet. So if you want to see how I do that look, then let's get into look number 2. All right, welcome to look number 2 with the gorgeous Christmas Eve palette. Not gonna lie, I'm in from work, took my makeup off and started filming right now because I need to get these videos done. So today what we're going to do is I really want to play with this multichrome down here, and I want to do like a big wing and do that all over so we can really see the shifts and everything in it. I'm probably going to use the shade Nowhere for the crease. And I'm kind of going to play with Night Sky, which is like this deep green shade. To me, it looks kind of green teal. And then this one, which is Just Now, the green up here, and maybe a little bit of silver. I might also play with Wonderful. Pop a little bit of that on the lid as well, just a small bit just to see. And then that'll be every shade used in the palette. I might not though, I might just do the multichrome, but we'll see. We'll decide as we go. Just before we get into the actual look, my skin is done, my brows are done, my eyeshadow primer is on, which is all listed down below. And my cream contour and my blush is done as well, which I will go through towards the end of the look. Okay, to start this look, we're going to take the shade Nowhere, which is like this gorgeous taupey sort of shade. And this is a Kash Beauty, what are you? K06 brush, just the big fluffy brush. And I'm just popping a little bit of that in the crease for some definition around the edge of the winged liner. Like we're doing a giant wing across the whole lid. So I just want this on the lid, or on the crease, should I say, as a little bit of definition and a little blend, just a little bit of something behind the graphic liner. There's like the perfect just like shadow shade, like just to create that shadowed effect on the eye. I'm just really softly building that up. Okay, so for my base, I'm going to use my P. Louise Bada Black base, the black paint, and this isn't fully dry down, but I kind of use a drier eye primer for this underneath it, and I'm going to be setting it with eyeshadow anyway. You can use gel liner as well, but sometimes I find it dries too quick and then it's not sticky enough for the eyeshadow to go on, so I have to use a glitter primer, which then makes it crease, and it's a whole process. It makes sense in my head, so we're going to give this a go and see how this works. I've used this before multiple times for like black smoky eyes and stuff like that, but I'm going to try it with this. And I'm going to start by creating like a wing liner, dramatic enough, like bring the wing out as far as you need to. And then I'm going to start drawing my shape. I want this to sit just higher than my natural crease. So doing it with your eye open is the best way. And don't worry about like gappiness or anything like that, or little bits that transfer. I'll fix that and bring it up a little bit higher if I need to. But I just want to map out my shape. So once I have my shape mapped out, the edges I'm kind of happy with, I'll finesse them a little bit more if I need to. But we're going to fill in this whole shape now. Very thinly. I don't want this to be, it doesn't have to be super, super like fully black, opaque, thick layer, because it'll crease too much. I'm just going to do a thin layer just as a layer of black on the eye, and I'm just taking a flat brush just so I can do this a bit quicker. And this is a K09 brush from Kash Beauty, which is just our flat brush. Okay, so we have that on. I might pat it down a little bit as I'm talking. It can kind of crease a little bit, so I might pat it down a little bit, but I'm happy with the shape. I'm happy. It's quite even, I think, even enough anyway for this look anyway. So we're going to take Gorgeous, which is gorgeous. It's like a purple to like orange to gold to blue flash. There's like so many colors in the shade, and I just want to slather this all over my lid. And this is just a flat brush that I got from eBay. There's no name on it, it's very old. And we're just going to pat this out first, and that's just going to go on the lid. Look at that. I hope the shift picks up for you guys the way it does for me, because it is beautiful. So we're just pressing that on the eye. It literally looks like I'm putting like 4 different colors on my eyes right now. This is insane. I know that's the point of multichromes, but just applying it is so satisfying. And you can kind of use a bit of the shadow to finesse your edge as well if you need to, just if it didn't go the way you wanted to. Oh, I was going to use that like lilac shade, the shade Wonderful, on the inner part in here, but no, no, I'm happy with this. Then I'm just picking up a little bit on the very tip of the brush and turning the brush so where the flat side that I use to apply everything, the other side is clean, but I'm using the very tip of the brush to draw in my edges so I get a nice clean line. If I turn it this way and do this, you'll get a blurred edge of that shimmer. And if your lines aren't as clean as you want them to be, you can just tidy up with a bit of concealer or something like that, but I'm very happy with how that looks. That's so beautiful. See, I was going to just do like a standard eye, do kind of like the bluey tones again, and maybe the mauvey shade with the deep blue in the crease or even the dark green, and then do the green on the lower lash and then this just on the lid. But I was like, no, I really want to showcase this shadow as much as I can to get all the shifts going. How am I going to do that? And a big wing liner is always the way to go. When I have like my lower lash, I'm just going to do a nice deep lower lash and then my mascara and everything done. I think it's going to be so beautiful. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I love it so much. And the black base really like showcases all the colours that are in this, because when I'm here, I'm kind of seeing the green gold shift, and then when I sit back and like look at my mirror, I can see more of the purple kind of element to it, and then when I turn to the side I can see more blue, and it's just all of the gorgeousness, which is why it's called that. So now for the lower lash, we're going to take the shade, what shade is this? Night Sky, which is this deep, almost looks black, but it's not, it's more of a green. And I'm using the little pencil brush that came from the Glam Light and Nightmare on Elm Street collection, just this size here, because it's perfect size. And we're going to use that to apply this to the lower lash. So just get it on as thick as you want to. I'm not going to go, well, I'm going to go thick like in normal standards, but for me it's like normal. See, I've got quite a thick lower lash, like because my eye is protruding and round and large. I've got quite a thick lower lash, so I can take a good bit of colour down here before I even hit my under eye, and then it's only the blend that actually hits my under eye. And then I'm taking this brush, this is just a little Harry Potter brush like this, but it's like a thick flattened brush, and we are going to take the shade Just Now, which is this green up here, this kind of sagey green, and we're going to use that to blend out this lower lash. So I'm just going in and buffing out the edge, and this will kind of green it up a little bit more so it doesn't look too blue. It just adds more of that green element, because it is a deep emerald which has a bit of blue in it, but I want it to be a little bit more green, kind of go with the green shift that's on the eyes. There's a little bit of fallout from that darker green, so I'll tidy that up in a minute. But now what I'm going to do is my inner corner. See, this is like when you do a look like this, it's very extravagant looking, but there's not a whole lot of steps. Once you can do that big wing, that's the most complicated part. If you get that down, you're just laying shadows on top of it and then buffing out a lower lash line. You don't even have to do that part, you can just leave it as is. But obviously I want to do the more extravagant, so we're going to take the shade Snowflake, which is this silver one. I'm very excited to use this. I'm going to take that on my inner corner. The lavender would work as well, but this in most lights will shift more like gold green, and then only in certain lights will it go more purple. So I want to use the silver because it's kind of neutral and it'll go with either one. Oh my god, it's like little crystals on my eye. It's so sparkly. That is so sparkly. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much the look done. So I'm going to fix my under eye. I'm going to finish off the eyes with a liner and a lash and pop a nice lip on. And I think I'm going to do, see, in certain lights it kind of looks different, so I don't know which highlighter I'm going to use to match this eye. Maybe just a silvery one to match my inner corner. I think that might be the safest option. I was going to use like a lilac-y one or a pinky one, but I don't know now. I'm just gonna finish off the face and then I'll come back and show you what I used. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I'm so happy with how this turned out. As I said, it's a quick enough look if you can get the technique of the big wing liner down. If you have that technique down though, it's actually quite a simple look as well, because you can just do this. It looks really impressive, and then layer whatever shimmer you want on top, or multiple shimmers if you don't have multi-chromes. Multiple shimmers laid beside your look can nearly look like a multi-chrome as well, so that's very fun. So let's go through everything that I used on my face. To finish off the eyes nice and simple, I went in my Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Tornado, which is actually the dark like aubergine purple, because I wanted to tie more into the purpley tone that comes through with that multi-chrome as well, and the kind of mauvey shade, plus the purple contrast with the green really nice. So I think it was just a really nice like element to add in that gives the smoky effect because it's really dark, but still give a little bit of contrast. My mascara is my MAC Max Stack waterproof mascara, and then my lashes are the House of Lashes Midnight Look. So they're super spiky and wingy, and that's the kind of shape I wanted to, like spiky to go with the kind of like very graphic shape of this, and also wingy to go with the wing shape of it as well. For contour, I use my Fenty Beauty Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Amber, which is like more cool toned, more of a contour, because these are kind of cooler tones and it's more of a cooler tone palette. So just to give that nice cool vibe, but still contoured. Keeping with the cool tones and also to contrast with the greens and everything like that, I went in with my Made by Mitchell blush in the shade Sweet Cheeks. I got this over Black Friday. I will be doing a Black Friday haul soon. Once I'm waiting on my Colourpop package. Once that arrives, I will film my Black Friday haul and you get to see everything there. But I have been using bits and pieces from the stuff that I got already, so you'll kind of see them sneak peeked in all my videos. But this is one of them. So really cool toned candy floss pink. I just popped that on my cheeks. And then for a highlight, I was going to use more of a pinky purpley kind of toned highlighter, but then the eye in certain lights is more green, and I was like, it might just look too purple against everything, so I was like, we'll just go with something neutral but super shiny. So I went in with my Inglot Sparkling Dust for face, eyes and body in the shade 07. This one is, yes, because number 12 is the powder. I always get them confused. The loose powder is number 12. This is 07. It's the shiniest, most metallic highlighter that I have that's not like a multichrome or anything like that, or a duochrome highlighter or an iridescent highlighter or anything like that. It's just shine. So beautiful. So for lips, super simple. I just want something neutral and natural, so I went in with my MAC lip pencil in Whirl just to line my lips and fill it all in. Then for my lipstick, kind of a paler shade, I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills satin lipstick in the shade Haze, which is like a very pale neutral, but because I filled in the lip with my pencil, gives a nice balanced color as well. And then just to give a little bit of purple here, I went in with my NYX duochromatic lip gloss in the shade Gypsy Dreams, which is like this nice lavender sort of shade. So I think that goes well with the kind of base color of the shimmer as well, and it just gives a little bit more of a pink element to my lips. And yes, I'm still wearing my jammies, but they are snowflakes, so I decided to keep them on because it kind of goes with my earrings. So yeah, worked out well. So that is it. That is our 2 looks, 1 palette using the gorgeous Christmas Eve palette from Oden'S. This has been like such a surprise. Like, I knew I was gonna love it. I did. I knew I was going to like it, because I only really buy things that I know I'm going to like because I'm spending my money on them. If I was sent it, it'd be different. But like, when I'm buying it myself, I want to make sure that I have the right shades. So I love this palette. I'm so excited to play with this some more. I'm definitely playing with it more in Christmas next year. Such a gorgeous palette. Definitely going to rank high in my end of year rankings as well. I think it's going to be up there, definitely. So I'm very happy with this. So I want to know down in the comments below, what was your favorite look from this look, my first look, and my first impressions look. So go check that out as well. I'll have that linked up there, down there, and all in business. And let me know which one was your favorite. I don't know. I still think I love my first impressions look so much. That was what really surprised me. Those blues are so rich in that look as well. But I do love the kind of grunge element of this. I think it's beautiful. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around to more people, and also let me know that you liked the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We've got another Oden'S Christmas palette coming up as well, which is very exciting. I'm actually going to film that in the morning before I start work. Very Christmassy palette, super like red and green kind of vibe to it, and I'm just so excited for that look. Plus my end of year rankings, my favorites, and my Black Friday haul as well, but also my palette ranking for the end of the year. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all my up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there as well if you want to go check out some extra content. So that is it. I think that is everything. So I will see you in the next video, guys.